Hey everyone, this is a refresher for Half-Truth. To set up the game, each player will choose a color and then take the pawn and chips for that color. Place the round 1 tracker above the board and place all of the player pawns on the start space. Place the question deck with the deck cover on top. Then place the victory point tokens and scoring die next to the board. In this game, I'll be simulating a 2-player game, so we'll have the yellow player and the pink player. A game round will repeat the following sequence until someone reaches the last space on the board. Roll die, draw a question card, bet, reveal, move, and score bonus points if any. To start playing, roll the scoring die. The die tells you how many spaces each player will move if all of their answers to the next question are correct. Now draw a question card and place it on the space in the center of the board. Make sure to keep the deck cover on the question deck so that people can't see the next question. Read the question and the 6 possible answers. Every question card has 3 correct answers and 3 incorrect answers. The correct answers are highlighted in green. Each answer has a letter assigned to it: A, B, C, D, E, or F. So this card says rock bands with twins in their lineup: Nelson, the Black Crowes, My Chemical Romance, the Breeders, the Bee Gees, and Ace of Base. Once the question and answers have been read, everyone will secretly choose 1, 2, or 3 answers, and then place those chips face down in front of them. Betting on 2 answers is called doubling up. Betting on all 3 answers is called going all in. If you doubled up by betting on 2 answers and both answers were correct, you immediately take 1 victory point as a bonus. If you went all in by betting on 3 answers and all 3 answers were correct, you immediately take 2 victory points as a bonus. The letters on the chips correspond to the answers on the question card. The yellow player thinks that the A and C answers are correct, so they place the A and C chips face down. The pink player thinks that E is the correct answer, so they place the E chip face down in front of them. Since yellow is betting on 2 answers, they're doubling up. Once all players have chosen their bets, everyone reveals their bets at the same time and places them on the corresponding areas on the board. Then you flip the question card to reveal the answers. So in this case, the correct answers were A, D, and E. If all your answers are correct, you move your player marker as many spaces as the number shown on the die. If any one of your answers are incorrect, you do not move any spaces and you do not receive any bonus points. For example, let's say that at the beginning of the round, a 1 was rolled. The yellow player guessed A, which is correct, but they guessed C, which is incorrect. So that means that they don't move any spaces and they don't get any bonus points. The pink player guessed E, which is correct, so they would move 1 space on the board. If instead yellow had guessed A and D, both answers are correct, so they would move 1 space on the track and they would get 1 bonus point for doubling up. After all players have moved their player markers for correctly guessing answers and have received bonus points, if applicable, everyone takes back their chips. If at this point a player has reached the red circle at the end of the round tracker or would pass it, the round is over. If no one has reached the last space, roll the die and draw a new question card. Used questions can be placed in a pile on the side of the board. If the round ended by someone reaching the last space on the board, all players will score victory points equal to the highest number that their player marker reached or passed on the round tracker. Each player takes their victory points and then you flip the round tracker to the round 2 side. Then move all player markers back to the start space. If round 2 just ended, flip to the round 3 side and move all player markers back to the start space. So in this example, pink reached the end, so they get 7 victory points. The yellow player didn't make it to 5, but they did pass 4, so they would get 4 victory points. Since round 1 ended, we would flip the track to the round 2 side, and then we would move the player markers back to the start space. If we were in the second round, and the second round ended, then we would place the round 3 track, and then you'd place the player markers back on the start space. After flipping the board to the round 2 or round 3 side, you roll the die, draw a new question card, and go through all the phases as normal. Now I'll go over the end of the game. After moving player markers for correctly guessing answers, if any player has reached the end of the round 3 tracker, the game is over. Take victory points scored on the round 3 tracker as usual. The player with the most points wins. If there's a tie, the player whose marker has advanced furthest along the round 3 tracker wins. If it's still a tie, players share the victory. There are 2 special rolls on the die. If the half-lie side is rolled, you get rewarded for finding the incorrect answers. If all of your answers are incorrect, you move 2 spaces on the track. As usual, you can double up or go all in, but to get the bonus points, all of your answers must be incorrect. If any one of your answers are correct, you do not move and you do not collect bonus points. If the amped die is rolled, bonus victory points are doubled. If you double up and all of your answers are correct, you move 1 space and you gain 2 bonus points instead of the usual 1. If you go all in and all of your guesses are correct, you move 1 space and you gain 4 bonus points instead of the usual 2. That's Half Truth. Thanks for watching and make sure to subscribe for more Cosmic Tavern.